In the worldwide internet, more digital media is now created every hour than all digital media created between the -19th century BCE and the 19th century CE combined. More than 500 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube every minute in dozens of various categories: sports, animals, video games, music videos, entertainments, foods, travels, and for those brave enough to traverse into the darkest corners of the site, paranormals. These are the Paranormals. Foodstuffs are not just for cryptids. Delicious delicacies are a powerful force in modern-day life, with advertisements for iced coffees and hamburgers delivered to us on all of our entertainment devices, namely television, computers, televisions, radios, telephones. I think I meant to say that earlier, but I may have said televisions again. Mobile phones, tablets, and potentially even this video. But even without the convenient propaganda beamed directly into their faces, our ancestors still thought food was a pretty big deal, and once spices were discovered, it got pretty delicious, pretty fast. It is deliciousness, it seems, worth dying for. Among the top 10 killers of Americans are heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancers, all of which can be caused or enhanced by terrible, terrible eating. If persons are willing to eat themselves into the grave, are they then willing to eat themselves out of the grave? That is to say, would they be willing to come out of the grave to eat? 3 ghosts spotted, looking for snacks. Number 3. Extremely scary video, angry ghost throwing things around. Warning. The following content may be extremely disturbing to the impressionable, those with phobias of broken plates, and probably janitors. We open on a doozy, Mahanahan fans. I initially believed this footage to show my old college roommate on any average Tuesday, making use of the communal kitchen space afforded to us by campus housing. But then I realized he was only invisible when it came time to clean up his messes, not when it was time to make them. Upon closer inspection, this is actually something Jeff could have pulled off, as the poltergeist of this paranormal stays strategically hidden from view the entire time. There are a couple of decently convincing gags throughout the piece, for instance the flying orange at approximately 17 seconds, which the poltergeist either set up on a piece of fishing line or with a small servo-controlled spring mechanism. But for the most part, the rest of the footages are relatively unconvincing, and the surreptitious spirit's efforts go mainly to waste. All of the activities that take place involve things being pulled toward a location where the poltergeist could easily be hiding off-screen, pulling strings to tip things toward that off-screen space, such as whatever this thing is being pulled toward the doorway at 6 seconds, or how at 45 seconds all 3 placemats are pulled toward the edges of the table, likely accomplished by the spirit pulling a single string beneath the table. Aside from the orange, things that are thrown come from darkened or unviewable areas, like from behind cupboard doors or from under the table for some reason, where a smaller spirit could potentially be hiding. All in all, a significant and extremely telling piece of evidence, and a peek into the paranormal parapsychology of the poltergeist mind. Even the man posting the video throws in his 2 cents, disappointed by the lazy ghost activity, and curious as to exactly why the sheepish spirit chooses to stay hidden in the way that it does, doing little to prove itself to the world.
I want to know answers, and I wish that there was more.
Watching for the signs.
Keep watching, Mahanahan, and stay vigilant. Number 2. Violent poltergeist caught on tape destroying kitchen. The Poltergeist Diaries. The Poltergeist Diaries was a series of shorts uploaded to YouTube documenting a man's experience living with a poltergeist. In the episode presented, we learned that the main Ghost Bro has invited a couple of other Ghost Bros over for a LARP. They load their equipment into the living room, and they show newest Ghost Bro some examples of the type and style of video they would like to make this evening. For the most part, absolutely nothing happens, and the majority of this episode may be skipped, perhaps best summarized by a clip at 5 minutes and 21 seconds, where newest Ghost Bro is discovered huddled inside a refrigerator, doing cool whippets to amuse himself and increase the likelihood that he will see something otherworldly.
Are you the key master?
Don't cast my whipped cream, dude.
The real action starts here, at approximately 7 minutes and 40 seconds, requesting the spirit reveal itself to his camera crew while filming a washing machine for some reason. Main Ghost Bro is blown away by the response.
Why don't you show yourself?
Get it? Because the poltergeist sets off a bomb. I mean, a literal bomb in, I guess, the middle or perhaps the side of the kitchen. I mean, who does that? Ghost Bro does a required pan around the room before telling the rest of the Ghost Bros that they should get the heck out. Thankfully, Ghost Bro manages to keep his camera at shoulder level, pointing forward during the entire exercise, which, because, I mean, we wouldn't have any solid proof that this happened if he'd dropped his arms to his sides while he ran. At their wits' end, the group arrives at the Wits Inn and pretends to stay for the night. If a more real and tangible example of the dangers that real and tangible poltergeists pose to the real and tangible world exists, Miklos, and likely you, have never seen it. Update. Literally 2 minutes of research indicates that the Poltergeist Diaries is entirely fake. There was a failed Indiegogo involved, and the entire thing is watchable apparently at Amazon. Number 1. Real ghost in kitchen in CCTV. Terrifyingly, the supposed Ring camera in this paranormal captures video in a ridiculous vertical format. On August 23rd of 2020, the following footage was captured, and then sometime after that it was highly editorialized with official captions and uploaded to a social network to warn others of this. Firstly, a lemon, very much like the orange found in our first video, goes bouncing to the floor. The homeowner takes notice, but returns, dutifully, to her kitchen-based chores. At this point, the editorialized captions ask, using every text formatting option in the text generator, is this the most convincing sighting ever captured? I mean, no. I have seen better. The woman continues to play in the sink for a bit, but then a water bottle tips over. The spirit has failed the bottle flip challenge. The woman reaches for the bottle, but it is pulled from her hand and tossed to the floor. The woman seems alarmed, but eventually takes the position of a 90s video game bad guy, deciding it must have been the wind, and returns to the sink, where she attaches AirPods in a further effort to ignore reality. A few more things go on. Some paper towels unroll. A lamp swings. A paper falls to the floor. And then, staggeringly, the spirit of some unholy abomination, a crossbreed somehow of both the Michelin and Stay Puft Marshmallow Men, stuffed into a sweatsuit, approaches her from off-camera. He is visible only momentarily, but the woman is too busy steadying her modern pendant lamp to notice. The spirit appears again at the 2:15 mark, toward the back of the image, this time dressed potentially in an Easter Bunny onesie, and then finally, once more at the 2:56 mark. The paranormal staffers have reached out to Ring for their official stance on spirit capturing technologies, but as of publication, they have refused to return our calls.